The sky turned dark as the massive alien ship descended upon Earth. Its size was unimaginable, casting a shadow over entire cities. On board, a council of alien leaders from across the galaxy sat in a grand chamber, looking down on Earth with disdain. The Galactic Council had finally made its decision after 3,000 years of uneasy peace. They viewed humans as a threat, fearing their rapid technological progress and growing ambition. Suddenly, the alien ship activated its communication system. A booming voice echoed across the globe, cutting through the chaos of everyday life. "People of Earth," it said, "we are the Galactic Council. After careful consideration, we declare that your time of peace is over. You are a danger to the galaxy. You have 24 hours to surrender unconditionally. If you do not comply, we will unleash our forces upon you." A countdown timer appeared on every screen. Panic spread like wildfire. People gathered around their TVs, watching in disbelief. In homes, offices, and streets, conversations turned to fear and confusion. How could this be happening? Just yesterday, everything seemed normal. Government officials hurried to emergency meetings, trying to calm the public. They urged citizens to remain calm, but behind closed doors, the tension was palpable. "We need a united front," the president of the United Earth Coalition declared. "We cannot let them intimidate us." But other leaders whispered doubts. Some argued that surrender might be the only option to save lives. In the midst of this chaos stood Commander Alex Rivers, a tall and charismatic pilot known for his fierce determination. He had spent years preparing for an attack he always feared would come. Memories of his family flashed in his mind, their laughter, their love, and the day he lost them in an alien skirmish. It fueled his anger and desire to protect his home. "This is not just a war for our survival, it's a fight for our future!" Alex shouted, addressing a group of military leaders. "We have technology that can match theirs. We can fight back!" A brilliant scientist, Dr. Mira Khan, joined him. She was known for her groundbreaking work on advanced technology. "We need to unite our forces," she said, her voice steady. "We've developed new cloaking devices and AI drones. If we work together, we can enhance our defenses and take the fight to them." Despite the fear in the room, Alex's words ignited a spark of hope. "If we stand together, we can show them that humanity will not be subdued." Outside, citizens rallied, showing their support for the military. In the streets, people chanted, "We are not afraid." As the countdown continued, the mood shifted. Hope began to replace fear. But the Galactic Council was not idle. They had already sent their fleets into position. From their ship, they could see the world below, full of life and determination. They were ready to make an example of Earth. As the clock ticked down to the last hour, Alex and his team worked tirelessly. They gathered data on the alien ships, studying their movements and weaknesses. Dr. Khan and her team labored to finalize the cloaking devices that could hide their ships from alien sensors. "If we can sneak past their defenses, we might just have a chance," she said, eyes filled with determination. Suddenly, alarms blared throughout the command center. "They're coming! The alien ships are approaching!" A sense of dread fell over everyone as they scrambled to their battle stations. The first wave of alien ships appeared in the atmosphere, their sleek forms glinting in the sunlight. They released energy beams that lit up the sky, striking major cities. Buildings crumbled and chaos erupted everywhere. People ran for cover, but the destruction was swift and brutal. In the heart of the command center, Alex felt a surge of adrenaline. "We need to act now," he shouted. He rallied his pilots and prepared for battle. "Remember, we fight not just for our lives, but for every person on this planet." As the alien ships continued their attack, humanity's fight for survival began. The world was on the brink of chaos, but one thing was clear: humanity would not go down without a fight. The battle for Earth had just begun, and the stakes couldn't be higher. As the alien ships launched their attacks, panic spread across the globe. In the command center, Alex Rivers and his team scrambled to respond. The destruction from the first wave was devastating, but they refused to give in to fear. Instead, they gathered their strength and began to formulate a plan to counter the alien threat. Back in the Galactic Council's ship, the alien leaders watched Earth's turmoil unfold on their screens. The council members were a mix of species: tall, slender beings with bright skin and large eyes, and others short and robust, with thick skin and multiple limbs. They wore ornate robes that glimmered in the ship's lights. "Humans are weak," sneered a member named Zarnok. "Their resistance will only make their downfall more satisfying." His sharp teeth glinted as he spoke, and the other council members nodded in agreement. However, the leader of the council, an imposing figure known as Varnock, raised a hand to silence the chatter. "We must not underestimate them. They have shown unexpected bravery. If we allow them to regroup, they may pose a greater threat." His deep voice commanded respect. "We need to strike harder, faster. We will send the second wave of ships to cripple their defenses." Back on Earth, the atmosphere was tense. Alex and his team worked tirelessly in the command center, analyzing the alien ships' patterns. "We need to figure out how they coordinate their attacks," Alex urged. "If we can disrupt their communication, we might stand a chance." Dr. Mira Khan, surrounded by screens displaying real-time data, nodded. "I've been working on a jamming device. If we can get it close enough to their flagship, it might disrupt their signals long enough for us to mount a counterattack." "Let's do it," Alex replied, determination burning in his eyes. "We need a team to infiltrate their flagship and place the device. This mission will be dangerous, but it could change the tide of battle." As the clock ticked down, Earth's forces scrambled to prepare. Soldiers trained, ships were repaired, and plans were drawn up. The fear that had once gripped the population began to transform into resolve. People rallied together, knowing they were fighting for their homes, families, and futures. Meanwhile, the Galactic Council dispatched their second wave. A fleet of sleek ships soared through space, their weapons primed and ready. As they approached Earth, Varnock's voice echoed in their command room. "These humans have defied us long enough. We will show them the true power of the Galactic Council." The alien ships descended upon Earth once more, launching a barrage of energy blasts that lit up the sky. Cities trembled under the onslaught, and civilians fled in terror. The destruction was relentless, and fear gripped the hearts of many. In the command center, Alex watched the devastation unfold on the screens. "We can't let this continue," he shouted. "Prepare the cloaking devices and get the jamming team ready. We have to act now!" The team quickly assembled, knowing that every second counted. A small group of elite soldiers, including Alex and Mira, would take a stealth ship to infiltrate the alien flagship. As they prepared, the atmosphere buzzed with tension. They knew the risks were high, but they also understood that failure was not an option. "Remember, our goal is to disable their communication and get back safely," Alex reminded the group. "We need to keep our heads and work together. We are humanity's last hope." As the team boarded the stealth ship, Mira placed her hand on Alex's shoulder. "We will succeed," she said, her voice steady. "For everyone we've lost and for everyone we will protect." The ship powered up, its cloaking device engaging just as the alien fleet began its next assault. The team maneuvered through the chaos, narrowly avoiding enemy fire. Their hearts raced, but their focus remained sharp. With determination, they approached the alien flagship. From their vantage point, the massive ship loomed over them, bristling with weapons. This was the heart of the Galactic Council's power, and it was here that they would either turn the tide of battle or face annihilation. Inside the flagship, the council members continued their ruthless planning. Zarnock sneered at the chaos below. "Soon, nothing will remain of those pathetic humans. Their defiance will be crushed." But Varnock, looking at the screens displaying the battle, remained cautious. "We must be careful. The humans have more cunning than we realize. Let's not become overconfident." As the team prepared for their dangerous mission, the fate of humanity hung in the balance. The Council's fury was rising, but so was humanity's determination to fight back. The stealth ship glided silently through the chaos of battle, its cloaking device hiding it from the watchful eyes of the alien fleet. Inside the cramped cockpit, Alex Rivers focused on the controls while Mira Khan monitored the ship's systems. Tension filled the air as they neared the massive alien flagship, the heart of the Galactic Council's power. "Approaching target," Alex announced, his voice steady despite the pressure. "Prepare to disengage the cloaking device on my mark. We need to get in and out quickly." Mira nodded, her eyes scanning the screens. "We'll need to navigate through their defenses carefully. If we trigger an alarm, we'll be overwhelmed before we can even get close." The sleek ship maneuvered through the skies, avoiding the barrage of energy blasts that rained down on Earth. Alex could see the destruction below. The once bustling cities were now engulfed in flames and chaos. Each explosion felt like a punch to his gut, reminding him of the stakes. He couldn't let this continue. 5 seconds to disengage, Mira counted down. "Get ready! Now!" Alex shouted. With a flick of a switch, the cloaking device turned off, revealing their ship in full view of the alien flagship. Alarms blared instantly, red lights flashing all around. "We've been spotted!" Mira exclaimed, her voice sharp with urgency. Alex took a deep breath, pushing the throttle to maximum. "Hold on!" The ship surged forward, weaving through laser fire as they raced toward the flagship. The control stick shook in his hands as he skillfully dodged incoming blasts. "Almost there!" he called out, adrenaline pumping through his veins. Just as they neared the ship, a group of alien fighters appeared, swooping in to intercept them. "Engage evasive maneuvers!" Mira shouted, frantically working the ship's systems. Alex swerved left and right, narrowly avoiding the alien ships. The intense chase felt like a scene from a nightmare, but Alex's determination only grew stronger. Finally, they made it to the flagship's lower hangar bay. "We're in!" he shouted, quickly bringing the ship down for a rough landing. The ship skidded to a stop, and the doors opened, revealing the dark interior of the alien ship. "Let's move!" Alex ordered, grabbing his weapon and rushing out with Mira close behind. The hangar was eerily quiet, the only sound the distant echo of alarms. They hurried down the dimly lit corridors, the walls adorned with strange alien symbols. As they approached a control room, they spotted two alien guards standing watch. Alex nodded at Mira, signaling her to take the lead. With swift precision, she used her advanced stealth skills to silently take out the guards before they could raise an alarm. "Good job," Alex whispered, impressed. "Let's keep going." They entered the control room, filled with glowing screens and alien technology. "There it is!" Mira pointed to a large console in the center of the room. "That's where we can jam their communications." Alex moved to the console, quickly scanning the controls. "I'll need a minute to set up the jamming device." "Cover me!" Mira kept watch at the door, her heart racing. They both knew that time was not on their side. If they didn't complete the mission quickly, they would be overwhelmed. Just as Alex began working on the console, footsteps echoed in the corridor. "We have company!" Mira warned, her eyes wide with fear. Alex's hands moved faster. "I'm almost there! Just a few more seconds!" Suddenly, the door burst open and a group of alien soldiers stormed in, their weapons raised. "Intruders!" one of them shouted. Without thinking, Alex grabbed his weapon and fired at the nearest guard, hitting him square in the chest. Mira quickly joined in, using her combat training to take down another guard. The air filled with chaos as the fight erupted in the control room. "Keep fighting!" Alex shouted, adrenaline coursing through him. He ducked and rolled, avoiding incoming fire while returning shots. Mira held her ground, firing accurately as they worked together to fend off the attackers. Just as it seemed they were gaining the upper hand, more guards rushed in from the hallway, overwhelming them. "We can't hold them off much longer," Mira yelled, desperation creeping into her voice. "Almost done," Alex shouted, focusing intently on the console. With a final push, he activated the jamming device. "It's done!" The screens flickered as their communication systems were disrupted. The alien guards momentarily froze, confusion spreading among them. "Now! Let's get out of here!" Alex yelled, grabbing Mira's hand. They sprinted through the chaos, dodging blasts and fighting their way back toward their ship. As they reached the hangar bay, they saw the chaos outside. The alien fleet was disoriented, their coordination falling apart. Humanity had a chance, but only if they could escape and regroup. "Go, go, go!" Alex shouted as they jumped into their ship. With a flick of a switch, the engines roared to life, and they soared out of the hangar, leaving behind the chaos of the flagship. "Did we do it?" Mira asked, breathless but exhilarated. Alex nodded, his heart racing. "We did, but this is just the beginning." The hum of energy beams and the roar of battle echoed in the air as Alex Rivers and Mira Khan regrouped with the remaining Earth forces. They had successfully infiltrated the Galactic Council's flagship, but the war was far from over. The alien fleet was regrouping, preparing for a counteroffensive, and humanity needed to act quickly. "Listen up, everyone!" Alex shouted, standing on a crate to get everyone's attention. "The Galactic Council thinks they've beaten us, but they're wrong. We've shown them we can strike back, and now we need to hit them hard while they're vulnerable." The soldiers cheered, their spirits lifted by Alex's words. Mira stood beside him, her eyes focused on the screen displaying the alien fleet's positions. "We have to take out their command ship first. If we can disable it, we can disrupt their entire operation." "Exactly," Alex replied, pointing at the map. "We'll split into two teams. One will create a diversion to draw their fire, while the other team sneaks in to destroy the command ship. The soldiers nodded, understanding the plan. They quickly divided into two groups. Alex led one team while Mira took charge of the other. As they prepared for battle, Alex felt a surge of determination. This was their moment. "Let's move," he ordered, leading his team through the corridors of the flagship. The air was thick with tension as they made their way toward the command ship, the stakes higher than ever. As they approached a large hangar bay, they encountered several alien guards. "Get ready!" Alex whispered, signaling his team to take cover. They waited until the guards turned their backs and then sprang into action. The soldiers charged, weapons drawn. The element of surprise was on their side. Alex fired at the nearest guard, hitting him squarely in the chest. Mira followed suit, her aim steady as she took down another alien. "Keep moving!" Alex shouted, pushing forward. The hangar bay was filled with alien ships ready for takeoff. They had to move quickly to destroy the command ship before the aliens could mount their counteroffensive. "Over there!" Mira pointed to a group of alien ships, their engines glowing ominously. "We need to take them out before they can launch." Alex nodded. "Cover me while I plant the explosives." As Mira and the others provided cover fire, Alex dashed toward the alien ships. He could feel his heart pounding in his chest as he planted explosives on the nearest ship. "Time to blow these things up," he called out, activating the detonator. The explosions rocked the hangar, sending debris flying in every direction. The alien ships erupted in flames, their engines destroyed. The chaos gave them the advantage they needed. "Let's move to the command ship!" Alex shouted, leading his team through the wreckage. The noise of battle grew louder as they neared their target. Meanwhile, Mira's team was facing their own challenges. They fought fiercely against waves of alien guards, determined to create the diversion Alex needed. "We can't let them regroup!" Mira yelled, firing at the approaching aliens. As her team fought bravely, the alien forces began to realize their plan. "They're trying to distract us!" one of the alien commanders shouted, rallying his troops. But it was too late. Alex and his team had reached the command ship, the massive vessel looming above them. "We need to breach the entrance," he ordered, looking for a way inside. They found a side door and pushed through, weapons ready. Inside, the command ship was a maze of dark corridors and blinking lights. They had to move quickly to avoid detection. "Stay quiet and watch for guards," Alex whispered. They navigated through the tight spaces, tension mounting with each step. Suddenly, they heard footsteps approaching. "Get down!" Alex hissed, pulling his team behind a corner. They waited as the guards passed by, their voices echoing through the hallway. "We can't let them reach the control room," one guard warned. "The humans must not succeed." As the guards moved away, Alex gestured for his team to follow. They crept closer to the control room, the heart of the alien fleet's operations. If they could disable it, the council would be thrown into disarray. "Ready?" Alex whispered, his heart racing. "On three, we charge in." The team nodded, adrenaline pumping through their veins. 1, 2, 3! They burst into the control room, weapons raised. The alien officers inside turned in shock, but it was too late. Alex and his team opened fire, taking down the aliens before they could react. "We did it!" Mira exclaimed as they secured the room. "Now let's finish what we started." With their mission in motion, they focused on the control panel, ready to disable the flagship's systems and turn the tide of the battle for humanity. The atmosphere was electric as the remnants of Earth's forces gathered for the final stand against the Galactic Council. Alex Rivers and Mira Khan stood among their fellow soldiers, their hearts pounding with a mixture of fear and determination. They had come too far to turn back now. The stakes were higher than ever. The fate of humanity hung in the balance. "Today, we fight not just for survival, but for our future," Alex shouted, raising his weapon high. The crowd erupted into cheers, their spirits lifted by his words. They were ready to take the fight to the enemy. As they prepared for battle, Alex and Mira stood side by side in the command center. The screens displayed the positions of the alien fleet, now regrouping for a massive assault. The Galactic Council had sent their best ships, and this time, they were not holding back. "We need to devise a strategy," Mira said, her brow furrowed in concentration. "If we can lure them into a trap, we might have a chance to strike hard." Alex nodded. "I agree. Let's use our smaller ships to create a diversion. While they chase after them, we'll launch a surprise attack with our heavy artillery." With their plan in place, the troops scrambled to their stations, the energy palpable. They knew this was their moment. As the enemy ships appeared on the horizon, A shiver ran down Alex's spine. He could see the vast fleet of alien vessels glimmering ominously against the stars. "Commence operation," Alex commanded, his voice steady. The small Earth ships darted out, zipping around like fireflies, drawing the attention of the alien fleet. The aliens, eager to finish what they had started, pursued the decoy ships with relentless determination. "Now!" Mira shouted, and the heavy artillery opened fire. Bright beams of energy shot out, striking the alien ships with precision. The first wave of aliens took heavy damage, their ships exploding in bursts of light. But the aliens were not done. They quickly regrouped and retaliated, their firepower raining down on Earth's forces. "They're coming back!" Alex yelled, gripping the controls tighter as explosions rocked the command center. "Stay focused," Mira urged, directing the gunners to fire again. "We can't let them gain the upper hand." As the battle raged on, the skies filled with flashes of light and smoke. The Earth forces fought valiantly, but the alien ships kept coming. Alex watched as one of their larger ships was hit, sending it spiraling down toward the Earth. "Keep firing," he shouted, rallying the troops. "We can do this."